been really sick, and I was gonna actually just skip doing a video, but I decided not to. Just going through something, to be honest with you. Basically going through just a really tough time. Of things in my life that I have had plans for are just not working out for me, and I've been having plans for like a long time. And so I'm a Christian, and you know how people are always talking about God is the author to your story. Realizing is God's our editor to me. That's what I'm thinking. You know, He really is the person that's following your paper, because you know we are the ones that try to write and create what we want. At least most of us. At least the ones that are just not ready to listen, or ready to let go, or ready to just let things unfold the way God wants them to. And I'm not to say that God doesn't let us choose, because I think He does let us pick some things, but in the end, He's the one that rewrites it. He's the one that revises it. He's the one that looks at that whole paragraph and says, oh, that doesn't really fit. Or He's the one that rearranges what chapter comes first, or even writes up everything over again to make it sound more thorough. He is also the person that writes it before we were born and has the idea of what's best, because the editor is the expert. The editor is prepared to understand what usual writers are going to write, and they know how to actually critique it in the way that it's going to sound good and look good, because they know what's best. And that has been so hard for me, because I have been following God for such a long time, and you know, I've gotten to a place to where I wanted to just do whatever He told me to do, because I was scared, because I was always making mistakes. And I got to a place that He was letting me walk my walk, and I got to a place where I'm stuck. And I think it's not that I'm stuck, it's that I've reached a place where I need to grow, and I was past the places that I needed to go back past, you know. And it's just been an interesting journey, and I have probably been rewriting a chapter of my life maybe 100 times. And you know, it's like grabbing that paper and wobbling, like tearing it up and throwing it away and trying to write it again, and just crying that it's not working out, or just can't get it right. And I'm at a place where I've asked God, like, okay, I obviously don't know the beginning, the middle, or the end, and I really need You to take over and just retype everything. And I just realized, like, God is our editor. Because I reached out to my editor among this time of my life, and you know, I gave her my revision, and I'm so comfortable with her because she rewords things so good, and she understands what I want. She understands what I'm trying to get. And then sometimes she asks me, she's like, what are you trying to say here? This, you know. And sometimes I think things are just too much, and she's like, no, that all of that looks really good. And that's who God is. He's our reviser, He's our writer, and He's the expert of what is gonna be best in our life. And I think that we need to be reminded of that, because if you write it all by yourself, it might sound right, it might even be perfect, but there's always going to be that person that's going to know it better than you, and He's going to know what's better for you, and He's going to see things that you don't see coming. And I think it's okay that we run into those walls, that we like bang our heads against, because it teaches us to really lean into who he is and fall down and surrender all over again.